Oh, hi. Don't mind me. Just trying to play some Stray. Stray's a really good game. It's it just came out 10 days ago almost 10 days ago as of recording this. July 19th is when it came out. It's for the PC, it's for the PS5 as well. Um, you play as a cat. It's pretty fun. Welcome back to another Fireside Chats video. What we are talking about, we'll get to that. So, as you can tell throughout the past couple of videos, I love horror. The horror genre in general is just really something that I find interesting. It started with FNAF, then I expanded my horizons to stuff like VR horror, like Phasmophobia, not Poppy Playtime, I haven't played it, but I've watched it, unfortunately. I've watched a lot of horror movies, The Black Phone, Conjuring 2. Basically, I like horror. I like scary things. So during the pandemic, like 2020-ish, maybe a couple years before that, I can't even remember when I wrote these. I wrote stories. I wrote horror stories. I wrote an anthology. It was made up of 4 chapters, a 1/2 chapter, basically connecting the last 2 stories, 3 and 4, and a prequel story. It revolves around a monster just named by the entity, who is a seemingly black shadow just out of the corner of your eye, who drives you insane trying to find it, and you eventually kill yourself out of pure insanity. It's a very fun anthology. I don't really think it's good. There are a couple stories I wrote that I'm proud of, but some of them not so much. Particularly the third and fourth entry, I hate with a passion, because they were just supposed to be conclusion stories. Well, at least the third one originally was, until I wrote the prequel story after the third one, and then had to write the fourth one connecting the prequel. I couldn't write for shit. But that anthology exists. I have a Google Doc. You have to puzzle solve to find the puzzles, or you have to puzzle solve to find the rest of the stories. I have the Google Doc right here. I'll share with you the Google Doc. I'll put it in the description in case you're in the mood for a quick little puzzle solver and you're bored and you really don't have anything else to do with your spare time. But I don't want to go too deep into this. Because I really want you to see for it yourself, because I actually wrote them out. You can read them. But I'll just state, I just told you what the series is about, an entity, and basically around a couple dozen people in a small town of Roanoke, Virginia, or not a small town, Roanoke, just Roanoke. A small batch of people in Roanoke, Virginia, are experiencing this demon trying to kill them. They try to ward it off, and I'll just leave it there. So basically, a full handful of people are impacted by this entity, and then there's this guy. I don't know if you can see him or not. That's a face. But his name is the Storyteller. The document will... Wait, will the document go over this? I am sorry, I have not read this document for a long time. I made it like a year ago. Yeah, you learn about him in the story. He is kind of the cover. You'll basically guess who it is based on when you read the actual story. And he's kind of one of the main, most important characters of the story, in addition to the small batch of people. It's very hard to explain because I haven't read my own stories in years. I tried to get my friends to read them. They liked them, but then I couldn't get them to read the last few. But that's fine, because I kind of hated the last few. So it kind of works out. In addition, I wrote like kind of a spin-off, or I tried to write a spin-off. It was called Project Descent. I got like 3/4 of the way through, but then I stopped because of lack of motivation. But here, I'll just read you the excerpt or the quick little hook for the first story, in case, so that way you guys will go read it. Please God. Jordan, a normal young adult, is about to go camping with his friends. Little does he know, in an attempt to locate them, he's about to get himself lost and end up finding someone who, let's just say, has a few tales to tell. And I will leave that there. This is Project Descent. It's not really that long. What else should we talk about? I'm gonna go to my list of topics, see if I can find anything. I've got a good idea. Since we are already on the horror topic, and I've now shown you my horror stories, I think that we will dive into the good old lost art of internet creepypastas. Why not? It'll kill about, like, the rest of however long at a time I have. Let's start with, the most iconic one, Slender Man. You remember Slender Man, right? No face, like, tentacle arms. He's got, like, a black tuxedo on with a little red tie. He's very dapper for a monster. And the game Slender, the 8 Pages came out, kind of blew him up on popularity. The basis of the game is for you to collect 8 pages while you're in a spooky dark forest with a very bad flashlight, and while constantly avoiding Slender Man. And the thing with Slender Man is that if you look at him for too long, he kills you. That's kind of how the game and he gets you. He got very popular. The creator posted a bunch of images of supposedly real life, of him in the background of real life images, basically of someone giving their logs about the monster, and that quickly blew up as well. And the game got a sequel, Slender the Arrival, I think it's called. I'm gonna look this up. Slender the Arrival. Yep, it's called Slender the Arrival. Basically, the point of this game is it's a more story-focused game. It's a FPS survival horror game, sequel to the 8 Pages. Basically, it revolves around somebody, I think it's somebody investigating Slender Man. Somebody, looking for a lost family member. I know that someone went there. No, I don't. I don't know why they went there. I can't remember Slender the Arrival. That's just goes to show you how how that game kind of went. It was just meh. Well, it wasn't meh. It was a good game, but that by the time that game came out, the popularity kind of died down. So that coupled with that, with the oversaturation that came after it, oversaturation being people would not stop talking about it, doing everything Slenderman related. Every scary thing had to have Slenderman in it. So they kind of milked it dry, and then everyone just kind of moved on. What else is there? Jeff the Killer, he is another good one. Creepypasta Files Wiki. Here we go. Yeah, that's him. Get out of here. There. That's Jeff the Killer. I don't know if you remember him. He's so much less... He's still iconic, but, not Slenderman iconic. I think he was, 2012-ish. 2011. He was a 2011... part of a 2011 creepypasta. Let's see. Can I read the creepypasta? No, I can't read the creepypasta. I don't know much about... wait. Here we go. We'll just go through, some of these creepypastas together. Ooh, here are some of them. Jeff was a 13-year-old who moved to a new neighborhood and his brother Liu and their parents. On the first day of school, they were accosted by 3 bullies named Randy, Keith, and Troy, whom Jeff brutally beat up after they threatened him with knives. Liu took the blame for it and was arrested, sending Jeff into a deep depression. The bullies later attacked Jeff again at a party, and Jeff killed one of them, but not before getting covered in bleach and lit on fire by Keith. During this fight, Jeff's mind permanently snapped. When Jeff woke up, he was at the hospital, and his head was wrapped in bandages. When the bandages were taken off, it was revealed that his face had become disfigured and ghastly pale from the burns, with bright red lips and a leathery texture. Jeff said that he liked his face this way and laughed hysterically, but the doctor foolishly thought that this insanity was merely a side effect of the painkillers and let Jeff go home. Later that night, Jeff's mother found him carving his face into a permanent smile so that he would no longer have to exert energy to smile, as he put it, and burning off his eyelids so that he could always see his face. Jeff's mother went to her husband and told him that their son had gone completely mad and needed to be killed, but Jeff caught them and stabbed them to death. This woke up Liu, who was recently released, and with Jeff telling him, as he was about to plunge the knife into his body, go to sleep. Jeff then went on a serial killing rampage, killing those who refused to sleep at night. And as the story continued, Jeff renamed himself Jeff the Killer. I didn't even know some of that stuff. But that's Jeff the Killer. He is a very popular character. He's like, he got oversaturated. Again, he got oversaturated, but that's kind of how popular things work. The hype, leads to oversaturation, which leads to, less people caring, so people just kind of move on. Speaking of moving on, let's move on to one of my favorite creepypastas, Sonic.exe. That is the wrong fucking page. Sonic.exe. That one. The bloody one. The one that makes Sonic look like a demon with blood dripping down his eyes, and there's an entity taking the form of Sonic in the Sega Genesis game. Basically, as the story goes, they were written by the EXE creepypastas were written by someone who honestly didn't know how to write, and so that was what led to his stories getting banned off of, I forget which website it was. 4chan? No, it wasn't 4chan. It was a place to upload creepypastas. I can't remember the website name. But it was poorly written, but the character was still iconic. It was the idea of Sonic being possessed by a demon and harassing his Sonic friends in there. The most iconic scene is of Tails running away from a Sonic from a bloody-eyed Sonic who's reaching out to grab him. And Sonic.exe goes on a killing spree, killing all of his friends, while also making sure that that the player themselves, us, know that he knows that we exist. He's self-aware, he says, want to play a game, most of the time whenever he speaks, he talks to the player, not the Sonic characters, us. And his most iconic line is, I am God, which is honestly a little cheesy, but it worked back then. As well as the Kefgar laugh, I don't know how, I'll try to look it up. I don't know how to spell his name. Kefgar laugh. No. I don't know how to spell his name, it's wait, I know how to do it. I know how to play it. I had to go to the freaking, give me a second. Where is it? Did you hear that? That's his laugh. It's stolen from Final Fantasy. It's stolen from a Final Fantasy game. I think it was 15 or 16. Wait, was it? I think it was 15 or 13. One of those. Here, let me play it again. That's his laugh. It's called the Kefgar laugh because it was from a different game. But he used it, and it became instantly iconic, with so many people trying to take their own variations on Sonic.exe, some people making OCs, some making fan games, actual versions of the creepypasta you could play. And most of them are dog shit, but some of them are really good. Like, Sonic.exe Rebooted, I think, is the main one. I think that's what it's called. It's just still a demo, so it doesn't. I think it's still a demo, so it doesn't come out. But I am obviously looking forward to it coming out. Because creepypasta, horror, boo, jump scare. Most of this horror stuff is jump scares, in case you couldn't tell. What else is there? Ben Drowned. This is one that I don't know a lot about. But it's basically someone bought a used version of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask at a garage sale, and it turned out to be possessed by a kid named Ben, who, well, drowned. And now he's haunting the cartridge. Someone named Jostable, is that what the name of the YouTube is? Wait. Jadusable. Jadusable. They're apparently the ones who have the cartridge, so they've been recording several. It's still going on, I think. Is Hold on, I gotta look it up. I'm sorry, all of this shit is unscripted. You are walking through this journey just like I am, completely clueless. I think the final arc, yeah. The series concluded on October 31st, 2020. And the sequel, Ben Drowned 2, just got announced like a month ago. So, good for them, honestly, because apparently it's like an ARG. If you don't know what an ARG is, it's like an interactive horror thing where the fans are left to like piece together clues and puzzles to potentially alter the ending of a story. And that was what happened with Jostable. Am I even saying it right? God damn it. Whatever. Who cares? Basically, Ben Drowned is about a kid who drowned. I don't know much else. That's what he looks like. That's what he looks like in the game. He looks like very creepy with like a sort of look. He's always staring at you like that. What else is there? Username 666. Oh, I know this. There's another recent one that came out where if you take any YouTube URL, any video at all, it could literally be any. Like, I'm just gonna do a fireplace one, but then if you remove the H from the URL. Wait. Fuck. Hold on. I'm gonna see. Is it? Yeah. Get rid of the H. Did they change it? Did they change it? Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, so they changed it. But I don't know how to access it. I just looked up the video. It's called 66666, like it's a bunch of sixes. But what literally was like a day ago, was if you remove the H from the YouTube URL you were watching, you would be brought to this, which is literally like Satan. It's creepy. Okay, enough staring at that. Moving on. this isn't a creepypasta. We're gonna branch out of creepypastas and just go to general creepy stuff, because some of the stuff I found on YouTube is genuinely one of the most unsettling things I have like ever seen. Let's go to this. Okay, I guess everything just doesn't want to work for some reason. What'd that say? Age restricted video. Oh, that's fun. Thanks, YouTube. Fuck off and die. We'll just play this. This is called the Mandela Catalog, made by Alex Kister. And it is genuinely some of the most creepy shit I have ever seen. Like, I watched the first volume of this, the thing I just tried to look up that it got age restricted. I watched that on my birthday, and that genuinely gave me night terrors on my birthday. Well, not night terrors, like nightmares. Like, genuinely terrifying nightmares. It was scary. The original video got age restricted, although I'm pretty sure, yes, somebody did upload it. I saw it in the search results. You should definitely go watch Alex Kister. Subscribe to him. He is genuinely a very good content creator for creepy shit like this. Let me just, hang on. You have to, like, watch the whole video to understand. It's, where? It's a creepy. That's a face. That's a face. Let me find, there's the Smile tapes, which is also very good. Where, they were like what's apparently a bacteria that spreads that causes the victim to smile themselves to death. Like, nerve damage, as it's just said here. It also heavily mentions the face that you always see in your dreams. Like that face, the face I just showed you. Let me see, that. If you, that apparently is the face that people sometimes see in their dreams. There's another one, or, well, it's a, Baddington's also another very good one. I really am not doing these justice by staring at like a computer screen with my phone recording it, but you should genuinely look up some of this shit for yourself. It's so worth it because of how I can't even begin to like dive into all of the creepy YouTube stuff. Like specifically Analogue Horror as a genre. Let's talk about that. Analogue Horror. It's what, in case you don't know what Analogue Horror is, essentially what it is, it's taking the like general fuzziness of the picture quality of 80s style VHS tapes and using that fuzziness against you, like using that fuzziness to like suddenly cut to something malicious when that shouldn't be there, like, or basically just the VHS style distortions, that kind of shit. Yeah, basically that's what Analogue Horror is. Horror, but with a VHS tape filter on it. Some of the stuff can be really good. Specifically this, Thassalin. It's basically like a pill. Here.
Using our modern understanding of brain mapping, Thalasin is able to reproduce the emotions necessary for any occasion. Not only does Thalasin restore lost emotion, but patients have reported emotions at a higher and more consistent quality than ones produced non-chemically. Included in every pack of Thalasin are these common emotions: happiness, sadness, anger, fear, and relief. Also, look out for over-the-counter options such as jealousy, hope, frustration, and pride.
I'm trying to move the camera. Hang on. There we go.
Tired of only experiencing natural emotions? Or maybe interested in expanding your emotional palette? Cutting-edge brain mapping technology has not only allowed us to refine existing emotions, but has also allowed for the creation of new emotions and emotional experiences. With Thalassen Plus, experience emotions beyond previous natural capabilities. These new emotions include degrance, humber, mage, dorselessness, Andric, Verin, Harnish, Hardness, Transiveness, Deluge, Brick. To experience the power of Thalassen, call the number on your screen now before supplies run out.
That kind of shit. I'll link the video in the description, so if you actually want to go watch it for yourself, without like, you know, better picture where you actually get to see it instead of like a camera facing a monitor. That kind of shit, like, is some of the creepiest shit to me, because stuff that shouldn't be there is there, and that's terrifying. Like something inhuman, like the emotions that were shown, like the sudden distortion of the face. Like, let me hang on. Some of the stuff like the like dorselessness, like the shadow, this too, Andric, Punish, all of this shit, Kine, Lorik especially, like, it's just, blech. Another one of my favorites is Local 58. Not because there's any scary elements on it, but it's because it's about people versus aliens fighting for control over a news station, because they know the news station is what gets through to the masses, so the aliens are trying to communicate with humans to basically, like, either look up at the moon for some reason or kill themselves, as we're about to see. Basically, the version of this message: contingency message will now begin. Please comply with the following instructions. God bless America. It's basically like, the worst has come to pass. Despite the sacrifices of our citizens and the might of our armed forces, the United States has been forced to surrender to her enemy. Though they may occupy our borders, our streets, and our homes, the enemy will never occupy our spirit. This is why all Americans are now called upon to act, to preserve the memory of the United States, clear and bright, uncharnished and uncompromised. Know that I have already taken action in the company of family and loved ones. Now all Americans, every man, woman, and child, are called upon to act before the moment passes by. Let our united resolve echo throughout history. Even in defeat, we refuse to yield. Even in defeat, we claim victory. So it's about the Cold War. Because doesn't it say at the very beginning, it says do not use after 11-13-1970. And I think this takes place in like the 90s. Basically, it takes place after this tape should be used. Act immediately, you take America with you. Honor liberty by taking the final and greatest liberty of all. In case you can't tell what that means, yet we will each be remembered. There is nothing to fear. Use the method most available to you at this time. Your courage will inspire others. Access to a loaded firearm is ideal. Place muzzle, hole of gun, upward to the roof of mouth. Thank you. Your local law enforcement has been ordered to ensure your compliance. It is against the law to delay. Remember the 3 F's. Front line, face up, feet together. Regarding your children, tend to them before yourself. Technical difficulties. We apologize for the interruption. Local 58, correction. Earlier today, the station aired what appeared to be a warning message from a U.S. government agency. This has been confirmed as a hoax. Local 58 apologizes for any confusion that may have been resulted. Yeah. Yeah, it says, do not use after December 31st, 2016. In case you can't tell, that Cold War message was telling people to kill themselves and their children because they lost to the Soviet Union. But then, only after the entire message had aired, did the news channel come back to make a correction, saying it was a hoax. Do you realize how many people, how many God-given patriots would shoot themselves the moment they saw that? Do you realize how many people would fear for their life if they saw that? And only one little thing telling you it was before 1970. It was the date of 1970. It says, do not use after this date. That's it. It says after 11-13-1970. And then it just goes away. That's only like 5 seconds of showing you that. Isn't that terrifying? Just the thought of that suddenly being on your TV, telling you that the United States is surrendering and that you have to kill yourself by the government telling you to do so. That's terrifying. Let's move on. Oh, Real Sleep. Real Sleep, where are you? Were on the fastest available route. I'll do Real Sleep. Real Sleep's. Where's the stuff? Okay. I'll just let. We're just gonna watch this together. I don't care. Thought Research Initiative. Real Sleep. Video cassette instruction, copyright 1983, now Thought Research Initiative. Section 1, Myth versus Fact. Turn to page 7 in your workbook. You also kind of see the VHS. Do you see it? Myth or fact. Dreaming is necessary for regular sleep function. Fact. Modern medicine agrees that REM, rapid eye motion sleep, is necessary for your health. While dreaming can occur during REM sleep, it is merely correlational, not casual. Myth or fact. Dreams contain symbolism that can predict the future. The symbols in dreams arise from the unconscious mind assigning narrative meaning to a neurochemical waste filtration process. Precognition is a lie. Myth or fact. Sleep allows the body and mind to heal and recover. Fact. 8 hours of sleep per night is beneficial for both body and mind. However, these benefits are greatly diminished by the frantic, nonsensical images and auditory hallucinations we call dreaming. Dreaming is the vestige of a primitive mind. Section 2, the Clayton map. Our studios have allowed us to zero in on the neural pathways that dreams exploit in the subconscious mind. A Clayton map is an index of electric activity in a brain burdened by dream stimuli. Once mapped, this activity can be triggered by other controlled stimuli, including via the visual cortex, the eye. The opposite effect can be induced by using the inverse of the Clayton map. No more dreaming. This is what restful real sleep looks like. I haven't watched this in like a while, so this is basically like a first watch for me. Section 3, inducing your anti-dream. Close workbooks and watch the screen. No two minds are alike. This instructional video was customized for you using the personalized Clayton map from your week 6 sleep session. Sequence 1, visual calibration. Stare directly at the center of your television. Do you see how creepy this shit is? There are no faces. Do not see a doctor. You see what I mean? Isn't that creepy as hell? Like, it was saying like the mind is a tyrant, dreams are a lie. Like, there are no faces. And that shit, that's creepy as fuck. There are many more I want to go over, like Gemini Home Entertainment, for example, but it would be hard to do them justice in a Fireside Chats video. So, tell you what, I'm going to end this here, and you are going to go look at the rest of those, and you're going to look at these channels for yourself. Okay? You're going to look at these. You are going to not be able to sleep, even though we just watched a video about dreamless sleeping. You are not going to be able to sleep after you watch them, because this shit's terrifying. I hate it a lot. I don't know why I watch them, even though I know that I'm going to be scared shitless. I think I just do it for the fun. But yeah, go watch these. I'll provide links in the description, as well as the links for, oh shit, what was I supposed to provide a link in the description for? I can't remember. Oh yeah, my horror stories, Blue Channel Fastlin, and the rest of the channels I want you to go watch. So, check the descriptions, go watch them. I'll be here whenever. I don't really know. I just provide your comments. Like, go watch them, come back here, and leave a comment down below as to what, like, which one you think's your favorite, what did you like about them, do you like them, or what. But, yeah, I think we're going to wrap things up here. Leave a like, subscribe, all that shit. And I will see you another time. Bye.